Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report, and I'm here with Sherwin Banda, who is president of African Travel, and we're going to talk about new ways to experience Africa for a new generation. Your company specializes in putting together some amazing African experiences and safaris and all kinds of things, but you want to talk today a little bit about how you can experience it differently and especially give back so you are supporting the ecosystem and the wildlife, right?
Absolutely, yes. You know, Africa is on everybody's bucket list, but it's a destination where tourism actually is the number one contribution to the GDP. So impacting Africa's wildlife and people is at the core of what we do. Sure. When we came to Virtuoso, there were two things that we wanted to drive home, is that we will create exclusive experiences for guests that they can't get themselves. And the second thing we wanted to focus is how to wrap luxury at great value to make it more attractive to people.
Right.
And so part of those experiences is being conscious of our footprint when we are in Africa. And two experiences I just quickly want to talk about is an experience in Cape Town, South Africa, where guests go and visit Shamwari Game Reserve. It's the largest privately owned conservation in all of Southern Africa, and they are at the forefront of rhino rehabilitation.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
It's absolutely amazing. And South Africa has instituted a new law that all rhino has to be microchipped. So guests now, when they go stay at Shamwari and book with African Travel, they can literally go into the rhino rehabilitation centers and be a part of that experience. When I was born in 1973, there were 95% more rhino on the African continent compared to today.
Is there a coming back now or not?
There is, but you know, travelers have a responsibility too when they are traveling to Africa. When they are taking their pictures on their iPhones and Android devices, when they post those pictures onto the internet, because of the geotagging software embedded in the cell phones, when they post those pictures, they post it onto the World Wide Web with the exact GPS locations of Africa's most endangered animals. And so inadvertently, they support poaching. So our job—
I never knew that.
Right.
Yeah.
Our job as travel advisors is to educate clients of best practices while dreaming up all of these amazing experiences for them.
Wow. So what you try to do is you combine a tour that really explains all this to them like that. Any other experiences that you really highlight in this kind of, in your tours?
Absolutely. The number one reason people say they go to Africa is obviously the wildlife. But when they're in Africa, they realize that they will return because of its people. And so delving deeper into the local communities and having those authentic experiences for clients is at the heart of what we do. So one initiative that we have done for 2018 is to partner with the We organization. And we have given opportunities to guests to give back by literally working as little or as much in the local communities, implementing clean running water, or perhaps working, building a school and educating kids. And every guest that goes with us to East Africa will contribute to a child's education for 1 year. Our goal is to decrease the number of children who don't have access to good education. And so travel does something that no other industry does. It truly unites.
That's absolutely true, and that's a great way to do it, and a great way to experience Africa. And there's all the talk about experiences and meeting with people, and it sounds like you're putting that all together with your programs.
Absolutely. When we look at our guests and what it is that they want to experience, yes, they want to experience the sights and sounds of Africa that has become famous over the years. But now there is this need to do so responsibly and to do so while being completely immersed and transformed in the destination.
And that's your transformational part of this experience, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, one of the other things is that we are now so focused on generational travel, and specifically the millennials. We seem to have forgotten about Gen Xers, but whatever. Baby boomers are still a major force, but you are approaching it a little differently, and you are also looking at the way to appeal to millennial travelers today, right?
Absolutely. When we look at travel stats, baby boomers is no longer the largest demographic for travel. It's actually millennials. Baby boomers still do have the time and the resources to travel. Millennials are looking to travel in the style that they've become accustomed to, but wrapped up in good value. And so at African Travel, we have introduced safari vacation packages over the last few years, which includes international airfare out of the United States and everything on safari for under $5,000.
That's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. But we have not compromised luxury. And so now we have clients who can experience Africa at their pace with the travel style that they've become accustomed to. And we are investing in our future pipeline because the millennials are going to be the next baby boom generation.
Absolutely. Well, as I said, what's a millennial? It's just a young baby boomer, but that's another story. And Gen Xers. But that's amazing. So you have actually customized pricing and packaging for a millennial traveler, right?
Absolutely. When we looked at our customers and we said, what is it that the customers want from us? And so there were two things that really came to mind. One was people want to have exclusive experiences that they can't get for themselves when they get to a destination. And we've done that quite successfully by coming up with these kind of experiences that guests could have when they are truly in Africa. And then there are those people who will buy luxury experiences, but only when it's positioned with great value. And so making luxury affordable opens up a whole new kind of customer that perhaps we have not thought about. So I'm excited about travel. Travel does something that no other industry does. When you travel, you shed the ignorance that you might have had. And you learn something new, and it's something that stays with you for a lifetime. And hopefully, you are transformed. And hopefully, you return and return and return. I'm very excited to be part of this industry, and I think that we have a great responsibility to not only educate our travelers, but to give them true travel with meaning experiences.
Well, Sherwin, thank you very much for taking the time to talk about what you're focused on African travel with this new focus on helping understand and supporting wildlife, and also the programs you have now for a younger generation who will be the future.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report.